Let us continue our revision of network theorems in session 3 today. I have already drawn a circuit to save time. The aim of the circuit is to calculate the current going through the 1 kilo ohm resistor, and we have two sources of power. So one is a voltage source of 4 volts, and then there is a current source of 2 milliamps, and you have to find what is the current going through 1 kilo ohm resistor. So how would you do this normally? You can pause the video and try to solve it yourself. We can start off using the superposition theorem. In superposition, what you do is you consider each source separately. And calculate the effect of it on the 1 kilo ohm resistor, and then you can add up the two effects. The reason is because the resistor is a linear element and this is a linear circuit. So let's start with that. If you want to do superposition, first you want to calculate the effect of a 4 volt voltage source on the 1 kilo ohm resistor. So in that case, you have to open circuit the 2 milliamp. Let me use a different color. So when I'm calculating the effect of the voltage source, I have to open circuit the current source. And now what is the current flowing into the circuit? It's 4 volts. So let me call it as I due to the 4 volt voltage source is given by 4 volts divided by 2 plus 3 plus 1. So 6 kilo ohms. Okay, so that's 2 over 3 milliamps. What is the current due to the 2 milliamp current source? When you are dealing with the current source, now we have to remove the voltage source from the picture. So let's erase this. And what's going to happen is this becomes a short circuit, right? So when you're dealing with the current source, when you want to neglect the voltage source, you have to make it a short circuit. And what is the current now flowing into the 1 kilo ohm resistor? Well, there are two paths. So there is a current path going from here and a current path going from here, which both of which then add up and come back to the current source. This goes all the way and comes back. So current is divided into two parallel branches. One branch has 2 kilo ohms and one branch has 3 plus 1, 4 kilo ohms. Okay. So what is the current in the 4 kilo ohm branch? It's going to be 2 divided by, so 2 milliamps into the current flowing into the 1 kilo ohm resistor is 2 kilo ohms by 2 kilo ohms plus 4 kilo ohm, right? 4 is coming from 3 plus 1. So this is the current which is 4 milliamps over 6 kilo ohms. So that's again 2 by 3 milliamps. So what is the total current flowing into the 1 kilo ohm resistor? So I 1 kilo ohm is equal to 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3 . Okay, so that's superposition theorem for you. Now this is a case where we had a 1 kilo ohm resistor. Let's say that this resistor is not a fixed resistor, but it's a variable resistor. So if I were to replace this by a variable resistor which has this line symbol, and now I'm asking you for different values of resistances, find out what is the current flowing through it. Clearly this is now going to be an application of either Thevenin or Norton theorem, and our aim here is just to practice those theorems to make sure we understand how they work. So if you have an idea of Thevenin Norton, you can again pause and try to solve it yourself. In the meanwhile, I'll just clear this up. Let's use a small eraser. So let's start with Thevenin's theorem. What do I need to do now? I need to find the equivalent voltage and impedance looking back from this pair of terminals. Let me call them A and B. So the 1 kilo ohm is connected. The 1 kilo ohm is now, representative of a variable resistance. So some resistance, let's call it RL. So the load resistance is between terminals A and B, and I want to find out what is the Thevenin equivalent. So again, I use superposition. So let me make that clear up here. So the 2 by 3 over here is due to 4 volts, and the 2 by 3 over here is due to the 2 milliamp source. So for the Thevenin theorem, first I'm going to open circuit the 2 milliamps. If I open circuit the 2 milliamp, then the voltage drop across AB is going to be what? 4 volts, because there is no other place for the voltage to drop. Is this clear? Let me redraw it quickly. So the circuit I'm talking about is 4 volts. 2 kilo ohm, 3 kilo ohm, and AB, right? I'm using superposition even for Thevenin theorem. So first I'm neglecting the current source. So current source is open circuited. And now since there is no closed path over here, so the entire 4 volt has to drop across the terminals A and B. Okay, so the Thevenin voltage due to the voltage source is 4 volts. Now I want to use the current source, then what I would have to do is short circuit the voltage source, 2 kilo ohms. Remember that I am finding the Thevenin voltage. So this terminal is still open circuit, okay, A and B. Except I'm using the current source now, which is of 2 milliamperes. So what is the path for current to flow? There is only one path for current to flow. And if 2 milliamps is flowing across 2 kilo ohms, then what is the drop across this resistor, 2 kilo ohm resistor? It's going to be 4 volts. Okay. Let's use green. So the drop across this is 4 volts because I have 2 milliamps going across this. So if I do superposition now, due to the voltage source, I had 4 volts appearing across terminals A and B. And due to the current source, I have another 4 volts appearing across the 2 kilo ohms, right? And what is the direction? This is positive and this is negative because the current is flowing from right to left, right? So the voltage is positive, negative. So there is a 4 volts due to the voltage source that's adding up with the 4 volts due to the current source. So the essential Thevenin voltage is going to be 8 volts. What is the Thevenin resistance? Now for Thevenin resistance, we have to short circuit the voltage source and open circuit the current source. And if you look back, that's going to be 3 plus 2, that's 5 kilo ohms. So for those of you who are comfortable with this might look like really trivial, but then there are some of you who are not comfortable. So it will just help you, recap what's going on. So for the Thevenin resistance, I'm looking back from the terminals AB. So I'm looking into the terminals AB and I'm trying to calculate the equivalent resistance by short circuiting the voltage source and open circuiting the current source. So if I short circuit the voltage source and open circuit the current source, the only resistance are 2 and 3 in series. So that's the Thevenin equivalent, right? And let's say that based on my Thevenin equivalent, I now have the 1 kilo ohm resistor, right? So let's say that it's some load RL, but we solved it for 1 kilo ohm earlier. So let's say if RL is 1 kilo ohm, then what is the current flowing through this? It's going to be IRL is 8 volts over 5 plus 1, 6 kilo ohms. So 4 by 3 milliamps. Exactly what we got earlier. Right? So that just, it's a cross check to make sure our Thevenin circuit worked out correctly. What if I want to now solve this using Norton theorem instead? So the Thevenin theorem requires you to replace this circuit. So the entire circuit over here is being replaced by one voltage source and one Thevenin resistance in series. Okay, so there is a Thevenin voltage and Thevenin resistance. Now, if I want to find the Norton equivalent, of course, I can always do source transformation, which means that I can now replace the circuit with 8 divided by 5 amperes. So 8 divided by 5 is 1.6, not amperes, but milliamperes, because it's 5 kilo ohm. And there would be the 5 kilo ohm in parallel, right? So this is the Norton equivalent. What did I do in between here? I did source transformation. To convert a voltage source with a resistance in series, I have to divide the voltage source by the resistor to get the current source, and then the resistance goes in parallel. So the upper circuit is the Thevenin equivalent, the below one is Norton equivalent. But let's get the Norton equivalent starting from the original circuit. Okay, so we have that in the next page. I've copied it in advance. So we have done Thevenin. Let's do the Norton. Here, what we need to do is find the current source with a resistance in parallel to it. So following the same procedure, the procedure for finding the Thevenin resistance, RTH, even for the Norton circuit, we call it the Thevenin resistance. It can be the Norton resistance. They are the same thing. So the procedure for RTH is still the same. So this is terminal A and B. And the way I would find out the resistance is I have to short circuit the voltage source. So this has become a short circuit. This has become a short circuit. This has become an open circuit. And therefore, if I look at the resistance, it's 3 plus 2. So that's 5 kilo ohms. Okay. So RTH is 5 kilo ohm. Now I want to find out what is the voltage source, the current source value that will be used for putting in parallel with this Thevenin resistance.